Hello guys, today we have an Epic Universe update video and it is starting right now. Okay guys, let's do another virtual walk and talk to discuss what's happening at Epic Universe. But first, a disclaimer. The on-site footage I'm using for this video was recorded weeks ago. I tell you what I did, when I first heard the NBA was going to shut down, I ran out and I started to do all the Universal footage that I could do because I knew if the NBA could shut down, the theme parks could shut down. So I ran out and I started just recording as much as I could. So the footage you will see today will be from back then. But with that being said, Epic Universe construction is still continuing, and according to Universal's leadership, their construction projects around the globe, including Universal's Epic Universe in Orlando, remains active and on track. And I do have Universal team members that are fans of the channel, and they will confirm that as well. I will say this though about the term on track. The only thing Universal has said about Epic Universe is that it is scheduled to open in 2023, so that on-track term has a wide berth. We have no way of knowing if this project was going to be done, let's say, in the summer of 2023, and now it's going to be postponed to the fall of 2023. We just don't know that detail of scheduling. What do you think about that, Nikki?
Oh, I think that's awesome. It's positive news. And we could all use with a little positive news about now.
I can use some for sure. So the construction here at Epic Universe is just at the ground level right now. So a lot can be done, like work with social distancing. Pipes are being delivered, backhoes are digging, dozers are moving dirt. And with the construction site, anyway, a lot of the communication is done with walkie-talkies.
Yeah, because it's so huge.
Yeah.
So you could have a whole crew out there and have plenty of social distancing.
So when Universal's leadership says it is active and remains on track, I do tend to believe that. Since the last time I visited this construction site here at Epic, they have added something that is obviously new. And what they did, they added this tall foliage. And I believe this is in the southwest corner of this construction site. And as you can see, they have all these tall shrubs that they've added to act as both a sound barrier and like a visual barrier.
Right, to separate the park from the outside world. So that, I mean, and that takes time for growth to happen, especially when you're talking about, you know, foliage and trees and bushes and things like that.
Yeah, so. And by the looks of this is pretty young, so this is just going to get bigger, taller, wider.
Right.
So, and I'm sure we're going to see more of this throughout the boundary of this park.
Right.
Also, since the last time we were here, Universal has officially announced one of the worlds that will be in this Epic Universe. Plus, they have like submitted 2 permits and blueprints to the county for 2 other worlds. But first, let's talk about what we know to be true, and that is that Super Nintendo World is coming to Epic Universe, and we have 3 main attractions for that world. And I like to use the term world because we are talking about a universe. Most of the time when we're talking about theme parks, we use the word land, but this is a universe, so I think world is a more appropriate term. One attraction that we know is coming, and it would probably be my favorite one to come, will be Mario Kart.
Oh, this is going to be exciting. Yeah, because I know that I've heard, or anyway, that they're using Rainbow Road. And when I play that game, that's the road that always makes me so nervous that I'm going to fall off. So I'm excited about the vehicles and the, you know, the ride capabilities. It sounds like it's going to be a blast. That
is one of my favorite Nintendo games.
Yeah.
So to actually have it come to life, I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, should be exciting.
And they're going to use, I think, a lot of different types of technology for this ride. I think it will be part reality and then part like augmented reality.
Right.
Like you'll have to wear these goggles that will allow you to see certain like video type things, like perhaps weapons that you could use in the car. You know, you get those turtle shells or mushrooms and you throw those at the other car.
Yeah, throw the bananas, make the car spin, maybe.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
You know, mystery boxes, things like that you'll be able to see wearing this augmented reality goggles. So we have seen some plans on the internet where we think this is going to be a 4-person ride. The ride vehicle will be will fit 4 people.
Very cool.
That way there's plenty of stuff to do. You know, people can be driving, people can be throwing those weapons, those mushrooms, those banana peels, and things like that. The second ride to talk about is the Donkey Kong coaster. This is another one I'm looking forward to. Now, I don't think this is going to be a big thrill coaster. I think it's going to be more like family oriented.
But it still sounds so interesting with like how the track layout's going to be. I'm excited to see this one as well.
We have seen some things on the internet, some blueprints for like patented technology.
Yes.
And I think the thrills are going to come from this technology, not from like real like, you know, physical G-forces or anything like that. But they have this patent for the vehicle to actually, or the train, the roller coaster train, to be kind of on 2 tracks. It's going to really be on a lower track, but it's going to go up and it looks like you're on a higher track, and it's this type of technology that's going to make it seem like you're jumping tracks.
Oh, that's awesome.
The lower train will actually like stay on the track, and it doesn't matter what the top train does. That's just for the illusion.
Ah, nice.
Because if you're familiar with the video game, there are like breaks in the track where Donkey Kong like jumps over broken tracks and onto different other tracks. So
and like barrels fall and stuff. That's so cool. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
And the last ride we know that's going into this world would be Yoshi's Adventure, which is an Omni Mover type of ride.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Think of the People Mover.
Oh, okay.
At Disney.
Right.
Or another Omni Mover would be, it's something that doesn't slow down, it doesn't really stop. It does slow down, it doesn't stop. Like the Haunted Mansion.
Okay, or the ball at Epcot.
Yeah, Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
So this will be an indoor and an outdoor ride. So it'll take you through some buildings, and it would take you through some outside portions of Super Nintendo World. And I think along the way, again, there will be like things for you to do, perhaps like punch mystery boxes and things like that.
Oh, cool. And then what does the ride vehicle look like?
You get to ride on a Yoshi, actually.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, should be fun. Now, as I mentioned, there have been 2 other sets of plans submitted to the county, but no announcements. But it's strongly rumored that one of these worlds will be How to Train Your Dragon, and the other world is strongly rumored to be Classic Monsters. Now let me make this clear. These are still just rumors and speculation. The blueprints are not stamped with the words, "This is How to Train Your Dragon Land," or it is not stamped with, "This is Classic Monster World." So it is still speculation that those 2 worlds are coming. Now, if I had to place a bet, put my money on something, I would feel very comfortable putting my money on How to Train Your Dragon.
I would too. Now I know though that they have Universal has tried to put in Classic Monsters several or a couple different times in different parks, and that it's just kind of fallen through. So this would be the perfect opportunity to have Classic Monsters have its own world.
It is, but I still am less likely to put my money on that, to bet on that.
Okay.
I know it's in the realm of things, but I feel like that would be the one that would fall off first. For a better idea.
Okay.
Like if they're negotiating for a different IP, like Classic Monsters would be the one that got shelved. Because if you look at the blueprints, all the blueprints do is show you like building layouts and stuff. As I mentioned, it's not going to say, hey, here's a dragon ride, or here's a haunted mansion for Frankenstein.
Yeah, I guess it's still just an awesome wait and see.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
But the plans are submitted to the county, so hopefully we get an announcement regarding one of those 2 plans pretty soon.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at the concept art for the area that we believe will be the How to Train Your Dragon world, I almost called it a land, but it's a world. It appears like it might be a dual coaster. I'm not saying it's going to be dueling dragons completely, but there may be at least one little section in there that pays homage to the dueling dragons.
Oh, that'd be so awesome. You know I love that. That was one of my favorite rides.
And if you look at the plans, you can see some areas for like some smaller type rides. The Dragon Coaster would be the e-ticket type of ride, where the other rides should not be as popular.
Right.
Maybe more suited for some younger kids, but still should be a lot of fun. And as far as the classic monsters are concerned, there's been some speculation like maybe one of the features or the iconic landscaping features would be what, Nikki? Frankenstein's windmill?
Right.
And the castle, instead of like Dracula's castle, could be Frankenstein's castle.
Okay.
If you look at the concept art, that's kind of the leading theories on that.
Okay, that's cool. And I do know that like there's still room for even expansion off of those worlds.
Yeah.
Based on, you know, even more so from what the original schematics show. So we have the potential for it to get, you know, even bigger.
Because you noticed in the plan, you were telling this to me, that it looks like maybe an expansion area for what, the Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Right, like a water ride, you know, because theme parks love their water rides, so, yeah. Which I'm not always the biggest fan of, you know, unless it's like a boat ride. But anyway, yes, I was thinking that maybe, you know, out here, there's room, you know, for a water ride of some sort.
Right, so if you're not familiar with the Creature from the Black Lagoon, go check it out. So today's video is not an in-depth discussion on all of Epic, so we're not going to go too deep into the talk about a Wizarding World. I mean, that's kind of a given, and it's always been talked about it would be like themed around the Fantastic Beasts. It would be a Wizarding World area, but not centered around Harry Potter, but rather the new movies, which, you know, I'm not that crazy about the new movies. I like the first one, didn't like the second one that much. Yeah,
but they're building the story arc. So, you know, if you think about it, there was a lot of information given in the second movie, you know, so I don't feel like it's reached its
pinnacle
build. Yeah, its pinnacle or whatever. I don't feel like it's reached that yet in its storytelling.
That's true, but without a doubt, it's not as popular as the Harry Potter movies. That's easy to say that.
Yeah, yes, I would give that to you. Yes.
But if you look at the concept art, there is an area for a hotel, and a lot of people are thinking that will be a Wizarding World hotel.
Okay, that would be awesome. I would want to stay there. I would really, that would be number one on my bucket list if that was the case.
And as far as the world is concerned, the attraction would probably be a dark ride. And if you look at the concept art, it doesn't appear to be tall enough to be the ride I would want. You know, I have always talked about there should be a ride regarding the Ministry of Magic that is similar to the Tower of Terror, in that, you know how the Tower of Terror will take you up and down, like drop you up and down, pull you up, drop you down.
Yes.
And you know, the elevators in the Wizarding World go sideways as well. So my thought always was that they should have a ride like the Tower of Terror that would pull you frontwards and backwards and then shoot you up and then drop you down and then shoot you frontward and backwards again.
That would be awesome.
But if you look at the concept art, I don't see a building tall enough for that in the area that is supposed to be the Wizarding World of Epic Universe. So even though this is not an in-depth discussion of everything, I do want to mention something specifically, and that is in regards to the central hub. They have an area here for like a fountain show that very closely resembles, I think, Shanghai Disney, that's very near the hotel. But the cool thing I think about the hub is they have all these little areas that could be one-off attractions. For example, every attraction in Epic Universe doesn't have to fit into one of those worlds. You know, a Mario attraction, a Wizarding World attraction, a Dragon attraction. If you look at some of this concept art, especially this building right here, it looks kind of spacey. What if they want to put a standalone Star Trek attraction in the central hub? They can do that.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Or, my idea, an updated Back to the Future in the central hub. I don't think that's likely, but it is my dream. So basically my point with this, as I mentioned earlier, every attraction at Epic Universe does not have to fit into one of those worlds. It can be anything that we can imagine in that central hub. Oh, and before we go, I almost forgot, there was one thing I really wanted to mention when it came to Epic Universe, and that is they are building this theme park from the ground up to be virtual lines only. That's the rumor, that's kind of the talk of the land, is that no regular waiting, no standby lines. It's all going to be virtual queues. Now, by the time Epic Universe opens, there may be other theme parks, even in the area, that are only virtual queues because of what's happening nowadays. But Epic will be the first one designed and planned from the get-go to be virtual queues.
Which is positive because, you know, if they already have those, you know, things in place at their existing parks, it should be, they should have worked out all the bugs, and it should have been seamless by the time Epic opens, using the best technology and the best way to do it, you know, kind of troubleshooting now, you know.
And Universal does have some experience with this, as if you look at Volcano Bay, all their attractions are virtual lines because of the Tapu Tapu.
That's right.
Now, I don't think Epic's going to use a system like Tapu Tapu because Mario World, Super Nintendo World, is going to have those power-up bands.
That's right.
So I don't know if you can be walking around with a power-up band and then walking around with the Epic Universe band. And because this project is a few years down the line, you know, they could use some facial recognition programs within this theme park. Universal has experimented with this in the past to various degrees of success, but you know, a couple years from now it could be perfected, and maybe you know, some of that usage of facial recognition could come into play in this park as well.
Right. It's all remains to be seen.
Well, congratulations guys, you made it to the end of another video. And if you made it this far, can I ask you to go a little further, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell notification button. And if you want to support the channel a little bit more, go ahead and visit our coffee page. And with all that being said, don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun. Thanks for watching Rick's Flicks, and now it's time to relax.